Let's go ahead and solve some proportions. Why not, huh? So, the first key word is a ratio. Is a comparison of two numbers by division. And then when you set two of those ratios equal to each other, that's called a proportion. Ooh. A proportion is an equation that states two ratios are equal. So it'll be a fraction equals a fraction. How do we solve them? It's not too bad. We just cross multiply, and then you solve the equation that is left. So you multiply diagonally and set them equal to each other. So that's what we're going to try out here. X over 8 equals 5 over 6. If we were to cross multiply here, we're going to do x times 6. Now x times 6 is 6x, and you set that equal to the other cross products. 5 times 8 is 40. 6x equals 40. That's the equation we have left. So we're going to divide both sides by 6. And we're always going to go simplified fraction, unless maybe it was like a word problem, or unless they were like round to the nearest whatever. But we're going to just simplify these fractions. What goes into 40 and 6? Even if you have a hard time with simplifying fractions, go with anything you can think that goes into them. Every even number is divisible by 2. These are both even, so we could always start there. Half of 40 is 20. Half of 6 is 3. Does anything go into 20 and 3? No, not except for 1. So that would be our final answer. So I want you guys to already try one on your own. So feel free to pause here, because I'm going to start going over it right away. Pause it, try it, see if you get the same thing. Negative 2 times x. Now the negative only goes to either the 2 up top or the 9. You don't give it to both. So we'd have negative 2x equals 2 times 9 is 18. Divide them both by negative 2. And you get x equals negative 9. Unbelievable. Cool. Let's try another one. Ooh, all right. Here we go. So again, we're going to cross multiply. Now you could go ahead and just multiply 5 times each of these. For us, I'm going to have us write it as the proper equation first. So I'm going to write it like this. 5 parentheses x minus 2. And then we're going to distribute that for our next step. Equals 7 times x plus 4. We solve this and we're good. So we'll distribute. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Equals 7 times x is 7x. 7 times positive 4 is positive 28. We can't combine any like terms on the same side, so this is where we get the x's on the same side. I personally would get rid of the 5x because it's smaller, and usually that's the easier way to do it. Now, to get rid of positive 5x, we have to subtract 5x, because I know some people are going to see the minus 10, and they're going to be like, the opposite of subtraction is addition. But that's for the 10, not the 5x. So we're going to have to subtract 5x's from both sides. 5x minus 5x is nothing, but we have negative 10 equals 7x minus 5x is 2x plus 28. Okay, we're on the side with the x over here, 2x plus 28. We can get rid of plus 28 minus 28. Negative 10 minus 28 is negative 38. It's equal to 2x. That's 2 times x, so we're going to have to divide both sides by 2. Negative 38 divided by 2 is negative 19. Wow. So again, I would have you try this out, pause it, see how you do, and I'm going to start going over it now. So we have 10 times x plus 2. That's a little sloppy, even for me. And then 14 times x is just 14x. We distribute. 10 times x is 10x. 10 times 2 is 20. Equals 14x. So we'll subtract the 10x from both sides. 20 equals 4x. and then divide by 4. 20 divides evenly with 4. We get 5 equals x. Great. Hopefully you did a good job on that one. We have one more. Very similar to the one we just did. We're going to cross multiply them, set them up like a distribution problem. So we have 3 times w minus 4 equals 5 times w plus 6. We'll distribute. 3 times w is 3w. 3 times negative 4, negative 12. 5 times w is 5w. And 5 times 6 is 30. You know that song? It's a pretty good song. It's a Katy Perry hit. No big deal, no big deal. So we got to get the variables on the same side. We'll go ahead and subtract 3 w's from both sides. Negative 12 equals, that would give us 2w plus 30. We could subtract 30 from both sides to get rid of plus 30. Negative 42 equals 2w, and then we'll divide by 2. We get negative 21 for w. That was tough. Not any more difficult than the last one, though. So go ahead and try this one out, see how you do. Pause it, try it, check back in. Plus 24 equals 2x minus 8. We'll go ahead and subtract 2 x's from both sides. 2x plus 24 equals negative 8. We can get rid of plus 24 by subtracting it. 2x equals negative 32, and we'll divide it by 2, which would give us x equals negative 16. Hopefully you feel pretty fresh about that one, but that was pretty tough.